Konnichiwa! Everybody, this is Kelly Stamps, and this is Doge. We are here to reflect on Japan now that some months have passed. Wow, I really went to Tokyo by myself. I can't express how cool I am. Like, here's the cool meter. I have gone up this much now because now I know what it's like to be super independent, go to a country by myself without a SIM card, okay? I did not use Uber once. I just raw dogged it. I went out there not knowing a thing, and I'm back here safely. Okay, so I feel very proud of myself. Thank you. I feel very proud. I wanted to just mention some funny things that I noticed since I've been back. Thank goodness that we don't have the ridiculous beauty standards of certain Asian countries, because let's put it this way. Hold on, Doge, let me put you down for a second. When I went shopping, and I did a lot of shopping, I got some cute stuff. You probably saw me wear this beautiful white turtleneck sweater a few times during winter and spring. I have it here as well, but this is in this lavender color. I went to Shibuya 109. Imagine everything you see on YesStyle, but like actually a higher quality, like, you know, the blueprint. This is like their, I don't even know what I would compare it to. Nordstrom, you know, but different little boutiques in there, just cute pastel colored. It's like this soft material. It's not wool, it's not, I don't know, it's just cute. Okay, this is normal. Anyone generally can probably fit this. This is fine. But let me tell you what happened. I go into this one store and this girl comes up to me. She's super sweet. She's like, "Are you American?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Size large." This is their size large. Okay? This, when I put it on me, is quite skin tight. I wear a size 2 typically, or a small, whatever it is, in American clothing. Size large. So there's this thing that no one really wants to talk about Japan. It's kind of funny because everything there, it's kind of like the South. It's all smiles, but then you look behind the curtain and you're like, oh, let's just close the curtain again. They don't really carry large sizes in stores, and I'm confused to where someone would shop if they were actually plus size, if someone actually just had a different body type. Also, on the upside about their fashion, I find it so hard to find basic, beautiful turtlenecks like this. They're skin tight, but not showing anything. You guys saw me wear this white turtleneck, but I have it here in red. And this was, I think, like $22. Some of these things are actually carried on YesStyle. You can find a lot of the stuff that I found there in person, but I have it in white, I have it in pink, just these gorgeous turtlenecks, and they just fit me like a glove. Again, size large. I'm like, yeah, give me that. Something else that I will always remember was this particular jewelry store. I mean, there were a few different ones, but this one was in Harajuku, and I haven't worn them yet. But there's these cute little, you know, like sparkly earrings with a little imitation pearl, very cute. And this little choker situation is kind of hard to show what it looks like. But everything there is just kawaii. I went to this arcade in, I think it was called Akihabara, whatever. I went to several arcades, and what I liked a lot about Japan is that it felt like I could be a kid again, and it's totally acceptable. And I was talking about this on my Instagram. I said, I don't know what to watch anymore. I really don't like TV. I don't have a TV so far since I've moved in here. I have my iMac, you know, I have a Hulu account, and I do watch Desperate Housewives, of course. I did rent a movie last night called Greenland, which I liked, with Gerard Butler, who's always like running from something and like the world's ending in every movie he's in. I watched that, but I just don't know what to watch anymore. When I was in Japan, I went to these arcades. I feel like a kid again. I think it's okay to like nurture your child, your child. Yeah, you should nurture your child. Don't, you know, like be mean to it. But I mean, nurture your inner child. And, you know, this to you might be a stuffed animal. You might be like, wow, Kelly, aren't you like, you know, 50 years old now? Like, why do you have a stuffed animal? It's not a stuffed animal. This is Doge, and it was very expensive, and I got this in Japan. It's very soft. It's a nice plushie. I have no other way to describe it other than it just makes me feel comfy. I don't play with it. I'm not like, you know, I'm not talking to it, you know, I just have it on my bed and I think it looks nice, and it's just very cozy and it's nice to hold. And they're not action figures, you know, the things that people collect. They're very detailed figurines. You know, there's just this eternal youth, and I never got a chance to go to one of these places, but apparently there are these cafes where women just be in these roller skates and they'll go up to you and be like, you know, hi, what do you want to order? You don't know if they're 20, 30, or 50 because you can't tell, okay? Just like black don't crack, Japan, Asian doesn't raisin. There you go. Same thing. I loved the fact that there's just all these different types of people. Okay, even though I did say that they all are about, just maintaining order and kind of looking uniform, there is this one part of, at least Tokyo culture where it's, again, Harajuku, it's fun, it's dressing how you want, expressing yourself. So that's what I really liked about Japan, was that little section. So it means a lot to me to see these people just living their best lives. But let's go back to the fashion again for 1 second, because there's something I didn't talk about, which was really funny in the moment. I was just so upset, I just didn't want to talk about it. But on one of the nights there, which was not on camera, I said, I'm gonna go to the most expensive bar in Tokyo. I'm just gonna go Google the top places to go that's very luxurious. So I got dressed up, and I got dressed up in what I would usually wear in America. So it was like this velvet 2-piece set, something from Reformation. It's like a tank top, it had thick straps, and there was like a little bit of midriff, but I promise you it was that much of my skin was showing. And I had on a matching skirt. It was like a pencil skirt situation, and I wore these little kitten heels. So I go to this expensive bar. So I walk in, and I'm like, be extra bubbly. I'm only here for 2 more nights, and I felt like crap this day because I just felt so out of place, and I didn't speak good Japanese. So I walk in, and I sit down, and this man's next to me, and he's like, I think he's about to barf. He's like this older man, and he's just like, so I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is my perfume too strong? Do I look crazy? What's going on? And I look around, and I'm just sitting there like this. And all the men are just like, what is wrong? Oh my goodness, I know I left you speechless. I look really pretty right now. So they finally talked to the bartender. And I kind of went on Papago, this app, and I tell him on Google Translate, what's going on. Everyone's staring at me. He goes, don't take it the wrong way, but most women who come here, you don't really do that in this area. People don't go by themselves to this bar. I'm like, well, I'm from America, damn it. I could go out to eat by myself. I do this all the time. I go get dinner at Capitol Grill. I just go sit there at the bar. I don't talk to anyone. I just go, hey, side talk. I will never take small talk for granted again. And I hate small talk. You all know that, okay? But I will never take, hey, how are you? Good. How are you doing? Cool. For granted ever again. I went 10 full nights without anyone acknowledging me. Not one person was like, hey, how are you doing today? Like that. They just look down, they eat, they get up and go. They're on the go. They work a lot more than us, okay? They don't really sleep a lot. These people are overworked population, okay? And it's totally normal in their culture, okay? But it was just the fact that I think they thought I was a prostitute. I was like, oh my goodness. Can you imagine me being like, I'll take an Eataly gift card. I'll let you touch my feet. It was a mess. And I realized they all thought I was that type of girl. I was like, you know what? Might as well go along with it. So I'm just sitting here, my little leg out, got my little brown leg out, offending everybody. I'm like, and I had a good time, but I will never take that for granted again. Just being a woman and being in this, liberated in a sense where I can just go sit somewhere and people aren't going to assume that I'm some, pretty woman like that. It was really funny. But the number one thing I will never, ever get over, I'll never forget this, is the fact that everything that we have here in America that's Japanese, that's like $20, $30 at a restaurant, there is like $5, okay? I walked into so many places just on the corner. I couldn't read the sign, but I could tell from the pictures that they were serving ramen or something. You just walk in, you sit down, you could press a button in some places, you just tell that number 1, whatever, they have fresh, delicious ramen. I have never tasted ramen fresher in my life. And let me put a picture here. This may not look that special to you because it just looks like ramen. You're like, ew, what is that? That's pork chashu. It just looks kind of undercooked, but it's not. These noodles were the best I've ever had in my life. The way it soaked up the broth was insane. And I think about this every day. I want to stay at this hotel again. I don't know the name of it. I mean, I could try to find it for you, but the hotel was called Bespoke Shinjuku, B-E-S-P-O-K, Shinjuku. And the ramen place was literally 5 steps from it. That's all I could tell you. And I had a thing going on with the cashier named Jin. Hello, or konnichiwa, hello. This was like $5 or something, $5.95. I don't remember. I'll put the picture here, but everything there was so fresh and so cheap. I withdrew a lot of monies. I thought I would have to spend a lot of yen. I didn't. So that inspired me to cook more at home. So I learned how to make ramen actually by myself. It's not that hard. I ended up going to the Japanese market, and these things are really not that difficult to find, and it's quite easy to make. So some of this I bought in Japan, and some of it I just ended up buying at the stores here. They even have them in Atlanta, so it's not that hard to find. But the base for a lot of these broths is this chicken bouillon, chicken powder from Lee Kum Ki, whatever. You can find this on Amazon. This is what's in a lot of my favorite ramens, like spicy miso, just chili oil. I mean, you can probably find something like this at Whole Foods, but it's not gonna be the same. Okay, you have to get it from Japan or any of these little stores. You know, H Mart probably sells this, H Mart, that big place, but this is the holy grail here. So it's just Japanese ramen. For some reason, when I'm here, I think it's because I mimic the way my family sounds, because, you know, they're in Alabama when I would come here. I don't know why. I think it's just a thing that I did unintentionally growing up, but you sound like the people here. I was just like, yeah, it's a ramen noodle. So we got some ramen noodles here, and this is $8.99. This one's a little bit more pricey than usual, but all you do is boil this, okay? You can put some shoyu, some grated ginger, a little bit of lard is all you need to make a good solid like shio base. It's really easy making ramen. And he taught me. Jin, the cashier at the place I can't pronounce, taught me. But really, I am blown away at how nice I looked in Japan. Lately, my face has been looking really full. Like, I don't mind the chubby cheek situation, but when it's like right here, it's a little weird, you know? It's like, I don't eat that much sodium, so I don't know. When I was in Japan, I was eating ramen every day. Every single day, I kid you not. So I don't know, it's just, there's something with our food here. Yes, it's heavily processed and all that. I'm doing the best I can now from now on. It inspired me, and now I'm on this like super big health kick. I cook nearly every single meal. I don't like to go out a lot. When I do, I go to town, because you know, I'm in Georgia. And there's this one place where it has this mac and cheese and it has breadcrumbs in it, and it's so good. And it has this truffle oil, and oh my goodness, it sends me, they call this the heart attack belt for a reason. It's really horrible. But I stay indoors here, I cook, I do my thing. I try to meal prep a lot. Today I'm gonna make another batch of my teriyaki sauce and freeze it and just use that in the future when I need teriyaki sauce. Or it takes me a moment to cook, it's not that hard. But basically you all need to go to Japan so that you can just get it. What I'm saying is that there's a world out there where people are actually healthy. They're generally happier than us because their food isn't killing them. Their jobs are, you know, they certainly are more overworked, but I can never get over how fresh and delicious the food was. And I have so much respect for the Japanese. They really do a good job of keeping everything like within the culture. Now, yes, it's, you know, kind of bad, of course, in some ways, because they're not very inclusive, but I felt comfortable the whole time there. Now, if I tried to move there and marry a Japanese man, that's a different story. But I can appreciate that they're like, no, this is our thing. I think we can maybe take some notes from that, honestly. Like, for example, the first thing they told me was, Kelly, you're black. Like, why don't you just go to Caribbean? Why don't you just go to Jamaica? Like, oh my God, girl, for your first trip, go to Jamaica. I'm like, that's what every black person does. We have to expand. We have to go out. Like, why are you so scared, you know? I don't worry about people liking me. I gave it up a long time ago. I told you, I made that video, How to Be Unbothered, for a reason. I can't worry if people like me or not because I'm a woman or because I'm black, whatever. That's stupid. It's a waste of your time, that type of thinking. Don't worry about them liking you. Just be respectful, go to a different country. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Who cares? Like, life will go on. You can't seek approval in others, especially if you're going to a different country, because ultimately we are the guest, so that's the best we can do, you know? I had a good time there. I felt comfortable the entire time. I walked around all over Tokyo. I didn't really go off the beaten path too many times, but when I did, you know, I got a few looks, but they were never bad looks. They were just curious people. And you just can't really expect too much. I think we all just need to lower expectations. Remember that we're in someone else's house. You have to follow their rules. I was not yakking on the subway like some other people were. I unfortunately put on that mask almost everywhere I went. I don't know how I did that. And I respected the culture. And it was beautiful. And I came home like, wow, I can't wait to go make sushi by myself at home. It's so easy. But that is my rant. I just had to get that off my chest. You all need to go to Tokyo. I don't know how, but you just need to go. Tell your boss, Kelly Stamp said she needs time off. You need time off. He needs time off. I give you a written you know, pink slip of approval. You gotta go to Tokyo. You gotta go shopping. Like, I can't get over how cute these tops are that I have. Size large.